The forest is so thick that the sun is just a tiny dying spark high above. You are crouched in the damp dirt, your heart banging against your ribs like a trapped bird. 10 feet away, your tribe mate is staring at you, eyes wide with a terror he can't even speak out loud. Between you two, hidden in the bushes, you hear the low, steady breathing of a predator that has caught your scent. If you scream, you're dead. If you move, you're dinner. This is the moment where our ancestors' silence became a life or death choice, and the exact second they were forced to find a new way to talk to each other without making a sound. Did they really survive by staying quiet, or did they find a way to use their faces to speak?
We have been taught that a smile is a universal sign of friendliness, a warm bridge between two people. But what if I told you that for our ancestors, the smile was actually a calculated threat? In the deep, dangerous woods, showing your teeth wasn't an invitation, it was a biological weapon. It was a primal back-off signal, a way to show a predator or a rival that you were ready to bite. So why did we take a gesture of pure, raw aggression and turn it into the polite, fake teeth-bearing mask we wear at parties today? Did we lose our ability to be honest? Or did we just learn how to lie better?
Think your smile is just a social habit? You're dead wrong. The real history of the smile isn't about being nice, it's about survival in a world that wanted you gone. When our ancestors were pushed to the edge, the way they moved their lips wasn't meant to make friends, it was meant to display power. Every time they bared those teeth, they were broadcasting a brutal message. I am not weak and I am not afraid. It was a flashing red light of biological defense. But how did we go from using that grin to survive a tiger attack to using it to land a job interview or a date? We've traded our survival instinct for a social mask, and honestly, it's making us lose track of who we really are.
Most people think their teeth are just tools for eating, but for ancient humans, they were the ultimate shield. Before spears or fire, a human had almost nothing to defend their body with, except their mouth. Baring your teeth was a way to puff yourself up, to look bigger and more dangerous than you actually were. It was a bluff. If you could make your enemy think you were ready to fight, you wouldn't have to risk your life in an actual scrap. It's the original, fake it till you make it. We still do this today, just in different ways. Whether you're standing your ground in a meeting or puffing out your chest when you're angry, you're using the same primitive code your ancestors used to stay alive.
So where do we go from here? We've looked at how that survival-focused, aggressive baring of teeth eventually smoothed itself out into the polite smiles we use to navigate our world today. But if your smile is just a relic from a time when we were fighting for our lives, what does that say about your social life? We've turned a weapon of war into a tool for connection, but are we actually any more honest than our ancestors were? The journey from the cave to the cubicle has been a long one, and it's time to stop looking at the smile as a simple happy face and start seeing it for what it truly is, a primitive, complex, and sometimes dangerous part of who we are.
Picking up from where the mask left off, we have to ask, when did the grin stop being a direct threat and start being a trick? After our ancestors realized that baring teeth could stop a fight, they discovered that they didn't actually need to be angry to use it. They found that if they flashed their teeth without the growl, they could confuse their rivals. This was the birth of the false smile, a tactical lie designed to disarm the enemy. It wasn't about kindness, it was the first time in history that a human used their face to intentionally deceive someone else.
Our ancestors soon realized that the power of deception was risky. If you used your smile to trick someone and they caught you, you weren't just an ally, you were a target. This created a new social pressure. The smile had to become more believable or the tribe would turn on you. The soft grin was born. By closing the mouth slightly and relaxing the jaw, the ancient human learned to project "I am not a threat" without fully revealing the teeth. It was the first time in human history that we traded raw aggression for the fragile, calculated social gamble of trust.
Having mastered the soft grin to survive within the tribe, our ancestors discovered something even more powerful, the mirror effect. They noticed that when one person flashed a soft, non-threatening smile, The other person's face would involuntarily copy it. It wasn't just a sign of friendliness, it was a biological shortcut to tell the other person, I am like you and I am not dangerous. By copying the smile, they were physically syncing their nervous systems. This was the first time in human history that a smile stopped being a solo act and became a shared, rhythmic language. But this synchronization also made them vulnerable. If you copied the wrong person's smile, you were trapped in their game.